So I'm hearing all of this talk about the Great Resignation, and it is real. Okay, 4.3 Americans left their job; they resigned, and that plays in part with the pandemic, plays in part with frustration. A lot of frustrated employees feel like they're underpaid, underappreciated, and a lot of people are reevaluating their lives. So with the Great Resignation, there are different layers of it. You have frontline workers that are fed up and burnt out and no longer want to work in that field, so they're switching careers. You have thousands of Americans who were working from home for a year and a half, and now their employer is telling them, well, it's time to get back into the office, and they realize, I don't want to go back to working in the office. I want to do my own thing. Then you have the ones that feel that are underpaid and underappreciated, so they know they've been there for a while, they can go somewhere else and get better pay or get appreciated. So there are different layers to the Great Resignations, meaning why the numbers are so large. I mean, 4.3 Americans, that's like 4.3 million Americans. That's a lot. That is a lot of people that are fed up, especially with the frontline workers, which I commend them because they put their lives on the line to help all these COVID patients that were dying. So, and seeing that daily can really break you down mentally, and that's what caused the burnt out. So a lot of them left, got out of the field, decided to do other things. Then you have people who move from other states to move to more affordable living that feel like that's a better option for them. And then the underpaid. If I'm working at a job, I've been there for a couple years. The pandemic opened up our eyes to a lot of things. What are we good at? Our hobbies. And, am I really getting the money that I deserve? So, honestly speaking, I know during the pandemic, I was able to sit down and reevaluate a lot of things that I was doing. I got a little creative, started working on other things, figuring out what I was good at, and I executed. So, if you're one of the Americans that plan on resigning from their current job or their current career, please make sure you have a plan in place. It's really important. Make sure you have a savings. Make sure that you have things mapped out before you take that leap, because it can be difficult for you to do that and not having a plan in place. You're just not going to know which direction to go. You're going to be scattered brain and you're going to be trying to figure it out, especially if you have a family. You want to make sure you're supporting your family and that you communicate with your significant other what your plans are, which is entirely important. The Great Resignation is real. Employers are fighting to find qualified candidates to hire. They're getting creative with bonuses and incentives to join their companies. And a lot of people are leaving companies at a fast rate. They're starting their own businesses. They realize they're creative. They're great at something else other than working behind a desk. A lot of people don't want to work for anybody anymore. They want to do their own thing. They don't want to work in a cubicle anymore. They want to live free. And what can you say? Being burnt out, underpaid, want to live free, want to be your own boss. A lot of millionaires were made during the pandemic. 2020 opened up our eyes to a lot. We made it. We survived. Millions, hundreds of thousands of people died from the pandemic, and it is truly a true tragedy. But for the ones who made it out, that were able to make it through the pandemic, they realize that life is very precious and they want to do what's best for them and not be held back any longer. So, as I mentioned before, if you plan on resigning, make sure you have a plan in place. Make sure you figure it out, you map it out, and you do what you need to do. Now, if you're still at your job and you love it, but you feel underpaid, why not set up a meeting with the higher ups and express to them that you intend on staying here long term? The ball's in your court right now, because a lot of these employers are trying to keep up with the turnover rate. So if you intend on staying, then let them know how valuable you are as an employee and everything that you're bringing to the table. Set up a meeting, let them know. They're not going to turn you down. Well, let's hope not, right? And map out what you're good at and how you're benefiting the company for sure. And I guarantee you that things will work out for you. Just got to take the leap and not be so afraid. Now, for the ones that are burnt out, that are leaving, you got to do what's best for you at the end of the day. It's not easy. It's not every day that you're seeing hundreds of thousands of people that are dying. So my advice to you is with the Great Resignation is do what's best for you. Make sure that your employer values you. If you're burnt out, leave the company or leave the field that you're in. Find out what you're good at, get creative, start your own business. What about that business you always wanted to start? Start that business, right? Do the research that you need to do. If you were working from home for a year and a half and now you have to get back to work and you don't want to anymore, switch it. Switch your career, switch your job, find something else. Because guess what? Now that you've been at this company for like 5.5 years, or even longer, or even less than that, you go to another company, they're gonna hire you, probably pay you a lot more, and especially with a lot of the employers are showing, how much they appreciate the employees, the ball is in your court and it'll benefit you greatly. So make sure you have a plan in place, do what you have to do what's best for you, and that's all I can say right now. Guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you're notified each time I upload a video. Thanks, guys. Peace.